Hey everyone, Liz Campbell here from Dynamic Intention, coming to you live from the beach in Palma, the Playa de Palma, Playa de Canper Antony, if you want to know the exact name of the beach. And as you can see behind me, there is sea. Okay, so wanting to talk today about the power of one, very specifically about how fractured people are in society as a whole, and how this seems to play out in all sectors, and how it literally stops people from being in their full power. To explain, not to explain so much, but actually to share some insight with you. Okay, the majority of people that you see around you in the world today are operating, wearing various different guises, various different hats. No doubt you probably wear these hats yourself. You wear your hat as a wife or a mother or a father or a businessman or whatever, you wear your hat as like the good daughter, you wear your hat as being the creative person, the this, the that, the shy person, the person who hides in the corner at parties, the person who's the centre of attention, blah, blah, blah. And essentially, it's almost like most people develop what I would only call a sense of, it's almost like dissociative personality disorder going on, where you refer to yourself as being your higher self, and you're this and you're that and you're the other, and it's almost like you're disassociating the different parts of yourself and the different roles that you play. And essentially, when you do this, you are actually, what you're doing is you're fracturing your power, and you are scattering it to the four winds. And you even see this in the world of celebrity. For example, Beyonce. If you've ever seen video footage of her when she's not on stage, being Queen Bey or whatever you want to call her, she's she comes across as being a very, very different person to who she is on stage, and she will willingly admit that she has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce. Okay, now this may be a little bit controversial. I don't really give a fuck, to be quite honest. When people are operating under this need to divide the different parts of themselves up, they're not actually ever operating from the full power that's available to them. Even the ones who appear to be very, very powerful are actually dividing their power down and not acknowledging themselves as a whole being. It's kind of an interesting thing, actually, because one of the comments I get all the time from people who work with me, from people who know me, from people who see me on video here, is they're like, Liz, you're always the same. One of the things I love about you, you're so good on video because you're so natural. You're not pretending to be something that you're not. You're not doing something different, and you're very at ease with yourself. And actually, this is part of it. It's about understanding you don't need to create a different personality to be on camera or to be successful, even though so many people do this. They have stage persona and then the one that's off stage. And they do this because they think it's a healthy way of dividing up their lives. But actually what they're not understanding is, by doing this, what they're doing is they're dividing the power and energy available to them up into pieces, and they're only ever operating from part of it at any one time, rather than actually having a cohesive whole. Do you see what I'm saying? And one thing I will say as well is I can't see if anyone does actually have any comments to make about any of this, but I can see there's a couple of you guys watching, so hello. Yes, essentially, this is a big problem in society. You see it everywhere you go. You see people behaving differently with different people. You see people hiding their opinions, keeping certain things to themselves. People pretending to be something they're not in order to please other people. And it all comes down to people pleasing. This is an issue, as I'm sure you can understand, because as we all know, and it's something that comes to the fore more and more and more, what people want to see in the people they're presented with. And I know what I want to see in the people that I'm presented with, the people that I meet in everyday life, the people that I work with, the people that I meet when I'm out and about, the people that I connect with and engage with. I want to see who they really are. I want to see them being their authentic selves. And there are so many people who are scared to do that. And actually, it does actually boil down to the fact that they are ashamed, fearful, guilty, whatever it is, holding all these different emotions about different parts of themselves, parts that they're squashing. They're either feeling like they're not good enough. It's really, it boils down to self-worth issues out of the wazoo, because people aren't prepared to present the whole fucking story in any one given situation, and it's almost like there's a denial going on of the different parts of self, essentially. And if you look at it this way, we understand that anyone who works with energy, anyone who's got any kind of vaguely spiritual awareness going on in their lives, has started to open up to that part of themselves, has this understanding that comes in that we are in fact all one, or we're all connected. We are all part of the whole. Within that, we're all individuals. Okay, so we all have our individual experiences, the individual expression. But how healthy is it really when what we're doing is we're actually splitting down into multiple personalities and imbuing some of them with power and other parts with helplessness, with victimhood, and so on and so forth, and actually entering into these different personas in different situations. This actually has a bearing on business as well. At the end of the day, when people can tell when you're not presenting the whole of who mistrust, and it leads to a sense of reconnected. And if they don't understand exactly what it is that they're feeling, and people, this is the thing, people don't energetically sensitive, they act. Okay, so I'm having some issues here with the signal for my phone. Oh, that might be possibly because the Wi-Fi is on, so let's see if that gets any better when I take that off. Okay, so essentially people tap into the fact that there's something that's not quite right about someone, and it's always because there's some kind of hidden something or other. Now, I would suggest that the most powerful way that you can connect with people, one side of who you are, the simple fact of the matter is that you are not operating at full power. And actually embodying the power of one is all about embodying all parts of yourself, bringing all parts together into a cohesive whole, tapping into the available, like everything that's available from all of these parts of yourself. It's like bringing all of the knowledge, the wisdom, the energy, the understanding, the power, the abilities, the skills, everything whole that you can then focus in on whatever point that you're working on. And people feel the power of that. People really do truly feel the power of that, because they can understand that your energy, it's actually about occupying and fully embodying your energy as a cohesive whole. And that, when you meet people who are what you would call super charismatic and who can hold people's attention and hold a room, that is what they are doing. When you see pictures of Beyonce, or like if video footage of Beyonce rocking and like muttering to herself while she's watching, I don't know, a hockey game or whatever it was. Yeah. Ooh. Can you actually see me at the moment? I can't actually work out whether you can see me or not. It keeps trying to disconnect me. Yeah, this is exactly that's what splits the personality in the first place. It actually happens to be one of the things I actually special kind of work very powerfully and very effectively with people. It's one of these things. hey dear, with me, I would definitely direct you to, okay, if you want to work with me, either send me a message on Facebook, on Facebook Messenger. What I'll be doing is you can find the link to my Facebook profile underneath some of my other videos. Or you can send me an email to Licit. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to your comment because we've actually got 5. Cool. Okay.